Okay, so we'll go ahead and do our demo for today. So some of you might know, this summer I got to go to Croatia in the city of Split to attend the International Conference of Physics Students. I received the Outstanding Student Award from the Society of Physics Students here in the United States. That paid for me to represent the United States over there. So it's just a little bit about that. It was in the city of Split, which as you can see is quite beautiful. And I got to spend 11 days with these 480 physics students from all over the world. And it was an amazing time. Just sort of seeing some of the sites around Split, making friends, hanging out, and sort of having parties. And of course there was a scientific program in there too. So the demo, this was actually one of the demos that they did there. Of course every physics conference has a demo at it to make it better. This was one of the demos they did during the conference. And I thought it was really cool, so I decided I built this demo this semester and thought it would be sort of fun to bring it to an SPS meeting. It's called Bura Wind. And it was developed in 2005 by the Department of Geophysics at the University of Zagreb in Croatia. World Year of Physics was like a celebration of the 100th anniversary of, I guess, Albert Einstein's 1905 year and all of his publications. So this is sort of, they did a lot of activities. This is one of the demos that they did. I guess actually before I do this. So Bura Wind is, it's a wind basically. I think it's called a nor'easter. Sounds weird to say that, but it's a northeasterly wind that blows sort of all around the Adriatic. And what it does is, with sort of mountain ranges around there, the wind can sort of build up on one side and then come rushing off the other side. So it gets to be really fast and can be up to 200 miles per hour, or 200 kilometers per hour, sort of as it comes down the mountain range heading into the ocean. And it's actually sort of caused, I was sort of reading about it, and it's sort of changed the culture over there because a lot of the towns are sort of lower to the ground so that you don't get the wind slamming up against these tall buildings. So it's sort of interesting. And it's not sort of only in Croatia, it's sort of that whole Adriatic region over there. And something else cool about this is that what it demonstrates here at least is what's called a hydraulic jump. And it's basically turbulence, and as it goes over this mountain range, it creates turbulence in sort of the wind, and we'll be able to see that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and sort of make our wind now. What we use dry ice, which I already have some of that in here. Okay, so the dry ice is in there, and on my glove. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, I have hot water, and I'll just take the hot water and pour it in this bowl with the dry ice. In doing so, that makes the dry ice sublimate and gives us sort of what we're going to be able to see for our Bura Wind today. I'll go ahead and put all of this in there and let it build up a little bit. Now this is building up. This is going to sort of be the dry ice that we use, and it's in a separate compartment from what we have down here. And then down here, this is all on a slope, so that when I raise this platform here, so all the dry ice or all of our Bura Wind sort of rushes down. And then we have sort of structures here that are meant to simulate the mountain range in our system. So what we do is we let just a little bit out at a time. So you can see it sort of builds up on this side and then goes rushing out the other side. So you can see if we just let a little bit through here, so that's what we're looking for. So that's what we get it all out there. So you see, and watch on here, it sort of builds up on this side, and then rushes off the other side, and it creates that turbulence, that hydraulic jump that I was talking about. We can give it sort of a different angle to go down. You can try, this is a 3, 4, 5 triangle, so. We're going up the high point now. We can see how well it works. So you see, so it sort of works still to a certain extent.
That way it would really build up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. One sort of interesting thing, if we go back to our first triangle that we had, our first mountain range that we had here. You see, if we hold it up so our Bura Wind comes in here, sort of reaches an equilibrium point where it doesn't really rush over and creates really the Bura Wind. So we can see so the first part does that. Then it gets, you see it sort of slows down speed coming off here and sort of creates where it's all level in here.
Looks like the most